Good morning, everybody, and welcome to my Ascension Messages. My name is Bobby Richardson, and I will be your guide for today. Today, we're going to do some channeling, and they told me to title this Choose Who You Want to Be. Who do you choose to be, really? Just a little bit of housekeeping. If you didn't see the trailer before this, leading up to this channel message, I do have a masterclass coming up. It will be another month or so before that actually happens. There's 4 videos. There's going to be online chats as well through Zoom, and so that I can help with progress that you're making and that sort of thing. There's games, there's all sorts of things that I'm recording at the moment to help you on your way. And these are all messages that I've been guided by my guides throughout my life. So I haven't read any of these in a book unless they actually took me to something that they already told me the message about and then led me as confirmation to somebody else. That's how it worked with me. So yeah, I have no education or anything like that. I haven't done any courses or anything like that. Everything that I do is straight from them. And that's why I have the capacity to be able to channel now. Literally because I had the gift given by my mum to be able to see into other dimensions. And I used that to advance me in my soul and understand a lot more about my psyche and what was going wrong, and then worked on stuff as well. So they kept coming in and giving me messages. I would literally see them. This isn't something inside my head. I saw them outside of my of my mind, and so there was visitations from different beings and all sorts of things. And them, as they came, they shared their energy, they shared their messages. Now I don't have much of that happening since I turned 50 the last few years, because they wanted me to channel, which meant that I had the ability to gift information straight away, instead of saying I'll sleep on it and see if I do get a message from them. So it's just straight up. Hey Mary, Vanda and Debbie, my friends in the chat bar. As well as that, I'm an intuitive counselor. I do readings, so I channel and do tarot, and just do some counseling with you as well. If you want a Zoom call, if you're having any troubles, the links are down below. My website is codestoanewreality.com. Okay, let's get into this. Now, they told me to title this "Choose Who You Want to Be," because the energies at the moment are conducive to us creating our own path. And it makes a big difference when you know who you are. I was actually sitting here just waiting for the time to go so that I could go live, and they started pouring all these messages through. So now I got to receive the messages back again. So they were telling me how us moving, knowing thyself. First of all, they're saying, know thyself. When you know thyself, you know the path you want to choose. When you know the path you want to choose, you say no to all the rest. And that gives you a direct, easy path towards where you want to go. Men do this better than females. Males, the masculine energies do this better than the feminine energies, because the feminine energies lost their power of who their identity was, and they started to people please, to try to fit in, because they're natural nurturers anyway. And then because they wanted to be the person that the masculine wanted, and instead of, I know who myself is, who I know myself, I know where I need to go, and now I can find my direct energy towards that path by saying no to the things that come along that don't serve that path that you are moving towards. And that gives you that clear path. So you could end up, say, for instance, let's take good old dating sites and stuff like that as an example, right? They're an easy one. So if you know who you are and you know the sort of person that aligns with you and feels good for you, when somebody comes along and starts to flatter you or whatever, but they have underlying issues, you will say, I know that you are a lovely person and you're making me feel good in this moment, but it's not going to be long lasting. You already know that because you know thyself and you know where you're going and you know who you're looking for. That gives you that direct divine timing, they said, an energetic lining of the person coming towards you, purely because the universe is feeling off you who you really know, who you really want to be with. And you becoming clear within yourself with clarity of what you're desiring as in a partner or as in a job or as in whatever it is, you know, your hobbies or whatever it is that you want to explore more of or come in alignment with certain groups or whatever. As soon as you know, then you're automatically giving the universe that, hello, I understand now what you're wanting. And there's no mishmash of, that person will do, that job will do, I won't be able to find another job that's better anyway. Then you've already limited your reality. And that's what the powers in charge wanted you to do, is to limit your reality so that you become that kind of, they're saying, slave-like mentality of moving in their world and not becoming a more powerful conduit to reflect a better outcome, which actually aligns other people to lift their game. Sorry, I'm getting these messages. It's like, whoa. So there might be somebody else out there that's going through their own shadow work and stuff. And when you lift yourself to go, I need, universe, I am looking for this person to align with me, then the universe, as in a direct link of soul recognition, that person will do the shadow work well enough for them to align with you as well. So you're not only helping yourself by saying, this is what I deserve and this is what I'm looking for in my reflection as in a partner or a company or whatever it is, a job that you're seeking or a job business that you're trying to get up on the road and stuff like that. You still got to work with other people with all of this. Then you're aligning, when you align yourself with exactly what you need, you're choosing you are literally lifting the vibration of everything in your reality to choose higher as well, or choose the better dynamic and reflection as well. Instead of, when you come from lack and you choose, oh, well, they'll do, then that person never had to lift their game out of their shadow self, and they will be only reflecting that which you are lacking. And so your lack ends up creating disharmony in your outside world. So, whoa, I just realized what they're saying. So your outside world ends up becoming a lack, because you are a lack from within yourself. And so that's how humanity's kept themselves stuck in this lack mentality of not feeling like they're worthy of the best scenario that their soul could align themselves with. Full circle, right? Wow. It's so, I love it when it's like ding, 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 and my logical brain goes, I get what they're getting to. It's so cool. And that's why, and like they're saying, everything is a reflection, because you are the creator, you're the sovereign soul source energy of you creating from the inside out of what you are choosing. You couldn't expect some benevolent being to choose to be a little, I'm just going to be a meek person and you can say what you want and make me feel bad about myself. Then they're not that benevolent person who's standing in their power and choosing, no, sorry, that's not my reality. And so they're creating around them, surrounding them, a beautiful reality and lifting everyone with them, because everyone wants to better themselves anyway from the inside out. And then when they have that reflection back as that benevolent being and meeting them at that, they're now showing me like when Pleiadians want to meet with us actually as in contact, and us coming up to their level as in knowing thyself. When a soul has recognized that energy, the Pleiadian energy, whether it's from lifetimes ago or just a life ago, doesn't matter. But when it comes into a match alignment of, I recognize the Pleiadian energy within me, that's when the contact can start to happen. Oh, another interesting thing. Okay, so we're choosing our path as we go along, right? There's so much information right there into the first 10 minutes, of course. Hey, dear. Hey, Erica, Janine, Mark, Cherie, welcome. Okay. So now is the time they're saying to play around with the energies of choosing those to be around you and who not to be around you. Never come down on yourself when you make a decision, because in that moment that you made that decision, it was the right thing for you. And it's only because after the fact that your logical mind can sometimes seep in and go, yeah, but how's that looking to the outside world? Am I really, am I looking like I'm a mean person by saying no to that person? That's the logical programming overtaking. So never, always say shush to that and allow yourself to keep moving forward, knowing that if you've had to put boundaries up, you've had to block certain people on social media or whatever it is, you've had to say no to a friend that never really respected you in the first place, know that you doing that is actually helping them gain more respect over there of themselves, because anyone that disrespects another is disrespecting themselves anyway. So when you say no to that, then they have to look at themselves, or they'll attach themselves to somebody else to disrespect and have the same game play over. But eventually they will need to look at themselves when that person wakes up as well. So the more that humanity, as in the people of the world, start to become out of this victimization and into empowerment of knowing who thyself is, and then moving towards that, the more that this whole world's going to shift and change, because we're no longer going to take any more crap anymore, because we're like aligning ourselves with others who are waking up, and us waking up is waking them up. It's all kind of like a symbiotic kind of mishmash happening together. Everything works together like that. That's why it's like an expansion of everything, and not just your world, your small world. It could be just your small world, but because of the energies prevalent at the moment, and so many humans wanting to are tired of the old programming and wanting to see more, they're ready to take that leap off the leap of faith, or leap off the cliff into this empowerment. And the empowerment is literally, when I leap, I know thyself. When I leap, I know thyself. And so my world is coming to mirror that. So then you're teaching the universe to create for you, instead of you seeing your outside reality and saying, I have to fit in. That when you're saying I have to fit in, you're saying outside reality, stay where you are. You don't need to expand. You don't need to get any better. I'm going to mold my little self into your little self. And so it never grows, never expands. But when you say, no, universe, I know who I am, the universe goes, whoa, I like this energy, and it will start to mirror. Everything will start to come your way. And that's why they're saying at this moment, with there's many, I'm not into astrology, but there's many astrological events happening. I pick up on a couple of them as I go along if I'm meant to, but I don't know what's happening at the moment. But there's many astrological events happening, mirroring these alignments of gifts coming and things working out for you for the first time and that sort of thing. And that is literally because it's our outside reality starting to up the game or expand itself in saying that you as source energy residing in this avatar or this body is being the creator, as the creator of your reality, teaching your universe or your outside universe to work with you, to bend to your desires. It bends to your desires. So it's a whole different game, and we're playing it from our own individual point out and no longer needing to bend to another person's reality. So say, for instance, there's been many accounts that you've done this without even recognizing it. It could be that I'm trying to find an example for myself. Like I was searching for, I'm like, I just let it go, but I was asking my universe to bring me more beautiful images for my videos that were free. And then when I just went, that's it. I know it's going to happen. I'm going to get the free images I need because I don't have the money coming in to actually pay for all those images to make these beautiful videos. As soon as I just went, it's going to happen. As soon as I did that, I chose a reality that stepped me into, we could say, another dimension, where all of a sudden there's influx of AI images and stuff like that were just amazingly beautiful, I have to admit. Now, with that come that whole AI game, but then I don't give that AI game any more power than what it needs, other than I've got free images. And then I know that that's never going to overtake a soul or source energy, because we're all God to begin with, creating our outside reality. And an outside reality can never overpower us when we recognize that power within us. So I'm not worried about that. But I did receive my free pictures, my free images that were just beautiful, to be able to gift humanity a kickstart, and also in their imagination of what we could produce outside of us. So now we get these beautiful buildings and these ideas and things that could work well together. And we're like, wow, we could actually create that physically in our reality if we desire. But it's at least a kickstart in another direction. So it's jumping without fear. Of course, you could jump into that dimension with a whole heap of fear. They understand that. But when you jump knowing thyself and the power of who you are, then you're just taking the bits that you need. So you're finding a path around everything. Another good example is I got sick of seeing bills coming through the mail. It was years and years ago. And I remember thinking, God, I'm not even going to give them any more attention. Like, I'll do it as quickly as I can, pay it, boom, done. And then all of a sudden the internet started to do all the bill things over. And then it was like, pay as you go system. You don't even see the money coming in and going out. And so you don't have that anxiety. It just is as it came. So I never had to like read it. I just had to make sure that I had enough money in my account. And that's all I focused on then, rather than receiving all this mail of and having anxiety around it. So it all kind of shifted. Maybe that's not a good example, but I'm trying to find these examples in my life where I have actually upped my game, and then in reflection, it's shifted my reality. And many people out there could say, oh, yeah, but that's just how the progress of humanity is going, and that would have happened anyway. No, the world is an unlimited potential before we step into the future. unlimited at every moment. There's unlimited potential before we step into the future. And we are always aligning ourselves with a different path, But if we're coming from a lack of within ourselves when we align, then we are aligning ourselves with that lack. And so that's why they're saying at this point it's very crucial, especially for, they're saying, the light workers, those that have been empowered within themselves, know codes, understand that they have a specific mission, they want to do something with their life, they're drawn into becoming the guides for others. They have to leap into this and know thyself. And so then you don't have the stress level that you had before, because you know at any given moment you can shift the reality, shift the energy flow. One of the examples they're bringing up, remember they said, okay, is this beautiful, I've forgotten who told me this. It was actually a talk that I went to many years ago. I've only gone to about, I can only even remember 2 talks that I went to of somebody else who was into this stuff and my whole life. But this one talk that I went to, the guy was teaching, I wish I could remember his name because I want to validate that, but that's okay. He sat up and he started to tell, I think his name was Danny. Sorry, he's a really amazing guy, and he's like a matrix smasher. So he got, and it doesn't matter. It does matter, but I'm going to leave it there. Anyway, the story went like this. Sorry. He was talking about, he went to help a business, and he was an energy shifter, and he knew how to shift energy. And when he walked in, they said there's this one person that's just constantly overruling everyone else. They're not in a powerful position in the actual company, but they're kind of being a little, bossy to other people, and other people are just kind of putting up with it. And they didn't know how to shift the energy out of it. And so he walked into the room, and because he's coming from another angle of, I know thyself, that I can shift this energy, without coming from an angle of, I don't know what to do, help me, help me, help me. So see the difference already. As soon as he walked in, he saw the outlay of the actual room, and he recognized that they had put the person that was being a bit bossy to everyone else was one step up on another level. And so he said, shift her desk to over in that corner, which was the lowest point of reference in the room. Just shift a desk. Don't say anything. Just shift a desk. And so they did that. And she left within 1 week because she couldn't handle not being, the overseer of everything. And so he in his head knew exactly how to change it up. Now, why didn't those other people see that? Because they were coming from a victimized state of, oh my gosh, this person is taking over our business and we don't know what to do. So see what I mean by aligning yourself with choosing your path, to say that you are already you know thyself enough to be that powerful, to be able to shift your reality. Yeah. Any case, I'll have a look on the chat bar. Hey, dear. Happy afternoon to you too. Wow, this is so cool and on point with what I'm experiencing. Erica, we are, aren't we? We're doing this together. This isn't just my game. I know I'm doing it in certain areas of my life where I'm choosing, and I'm no longer putting up with mediocrity. I'm no longer putting up with, oh, that will do because I'll never get better. I'm choosing myself over, and I'm trusting that the universe will bring it to me. And it's one of those daunting things as well, because the logical mind is just literally sometimes is screaming at me and going, what? And I'm going, shush. because I'm trusting myself here, and I'm training myself to create a different game. We're training ourselves to use our energy, use the outside energy and our energy to create a different reality. If we kept going on the same path as what we were going on before, it's, if you keep choosing the same thing and expecting a different result, it's never going to happen. And that's literally what humanity's journey has been on for the last, so many eons. You could say thousands of years. Timing is irrelevant, though, because there's been lots of dips and dives within reality where the progression of humanity invented many things, and then it was poo-pooed by the powers to be because they saw it getting out of control, and then we're using our imagination too much. So we had these dips and waves in our background to keep us small, so that we didn't push ourselves too far out of their reality. So it's actually, history has been manipulated a lot throughout the thousands of years gone by. So now, though, but we still kept on coming back to a belittled me, because those energies, we were saying those people are more powerful than us, or that is more powerful than us. And yet, when we come to the divine self and we recognize ourselves as souls, we see everyone as equal because we're all source energy going on our own journey. It's just we've allowed somebody to become more powerful than us, to play a specific game or a specific role, specific story that you've played out as the victim in your life. And that happened across the board with the whole of humanity for so long, to teach us something. And it was to teach us just how to handle the outside world and all what the outside world could do, but to also teach us our own empowerment in the end, and why that mattered so much, why the feminine side mattered so much, the creative side, the intuitive, the imagination, connection to our soul, all of that mattered so much. And now we will never belittle that again. So we will come together, masculine and feminine within us, of, okay, now that we're friends within us, now that we're not warring within our own minds, and that will stop all wars outside of us as well, because the reflection of the wars is to do with our psyche within ourselves. Creating a war, disharmony within ourselves will only be created outside of us. So it's actually us within our own sovereign self coming into harmony that's going to create a warless world, a peaceful world. And then you have a lot more expansion, because when you step up into those higher frequencies where you're matching your truth of who you are to what you really want to create from a soul's perspective, then it expands your awareness even further. Remember, at every given moment, all possibilities are here they're always here. It's just that we're aligning ourselves with certain possibilities only. And when we align ourselves with only those smaller possibilities of, I'll put up with that, I'll just deal with that, I don't deserve any more, that person's more powerful than me, I've got to listen to them. Yes, you can get advice from each other, but never ever see yourself as more or less than anyone else. When it comes to the soul, you're not. Yes, logically, you might know less, so you need to be taught certain things, just like I'm taught by my guides and that. I don't know everything, right? Because it's a certain story that I'm learning about as I go along. That's the adventure, to learn as we go along. But I don't see my guides, I don't see the Acrturians, the Pleiadians, even the CYANIANS, who are close to oneness, is anything more important than me. We are equal, but they have wisdom that I would love to learn about. And so I will listen to them and then learn something from them. And then they actually see me as equal. And because I'm going through a different story than them, I'm coming from this very materialistic, separate world. They're actually learning from me of how I'm navigating this as well, because I've changed the rules as I've gone along too. When I started this journey, I thought I was going to do it all, I was going to do it all myself. It was all going to be fine, just with my guides, no other help. And then I got to a point in my life where I had so many visions, waking up and seeing so many things. People were passed over, ETs, elementals. It was just coming at me left, right, and center. Little UFOs coming in. There was just so much. And some of it I could work out. Some of it I couldn't. Some of it was confusing. Some of it was empowering. Some of it was just incredibly just wisdom right there. And then I just went, you know what, this is a little too much for me. So I took the reins. They said, you have to take the reins. So when I took the reins, I asked specific questions. And in that point, I changed everything. So I shifted my reality into something else. And what I asked for was, the first question I asked was true history of humanity, because I didn't really believe what schools taught us. And I wanted to know that. And that took me on a 10-year journey of being contacted by 4 different beings that told me their perception of humanity's reality, which made a big difference of how I saw humanity. And the other thing that I wanted to do was to meet someone of high integrity that was here in a body, on a human body on Earth. And they said, no, you don't need to do that. And I said, yeah, but I'm changing my story. I want to meet somebody of high integrity. And that's when I come into direct reflection with through many crazy synchronicities with Parisha, the elder, the Cherokee elder. And also then when I met her and she held my hand and talked to me telepathically, then I changed my story. Okay, now I'm going to ask, what's humanity's potential? Because if we can discuss things telepathically, then why can't everyone else? And that changed my story again. See how it all evolves, and we start to expand our story out. And so my team, who was thinking it was going to go one way, saw that I needed it to go a different way. So they're learning off me as well, and what I can handle and how I can handle these denser separated world that I've created, that I've come into, that I created, right? Because you're aligning yourself with a certain creation that was already existing through humanity's consciousness, and then you just decide to move into that as a soul. So I was born through my parents, straight from a higher dimension. I can literally remember the energy of being born. That was really interesting too, because I got a kickstart on what that felt like when I went diving up in Cairns, and it was just snorkeling, diving, not really diving. But I went under the water. I remember, had my little mask on and that, and they were telling us that there's this giant, huge groper fish, and you might meet one. And I'm like, wow, that'd be so exciting. So I was all excited to meet one of them. Jump in the water in Cairns, beautiful warm water up there, so lucky. And when I started swimming along, I separated myself from everyone else, and I come across this big, huge groper fish, just like they said. And as I'm getting excited, and you've got your flippers, you're swimming really fast towards it. So the momentum's now carrying me, and this thing is getting massive, like room size. It was huge, and its lips were as bigger than my head. It had these big, huge, massive lips. Anyway, I'm swimming towards it. All of a sudden the current's pulling me, because that's what I started, and I that excitement, that curiosity, I'm like getting, all of a sudden this thing's getting way too big, and I started to get fear, and I afraid of it. So I started to backpedal and trying to get out of it. That clicks me into this whole understanding what happened when I was born. So I did some healing one day on some things that I was stuck of. And I ended up going back to that fish experiment, that diving experiment story. And then when that happened, I recognized the same energy in me being born. So here I am, a beautiful soul, benevolent, higher frequencies, all love, just all of that. It's just gorgeous. Yeah, I'm going to be one that comes to humanity, and I'll help them out. I've got this. I'm going to, come now because this is the time for me to come. And I'll be born through, I chose my parents and all that sort of thing. And then I can remember the feeling of the excitement of coming, and it just got denser and denser and denser. And as it got worse and worse dense, I was born in this 1967. So, the vibes were pretty then. And as I got close to being born, I just went, I want out. I just decided I don't want to do this. I want out. And I wrapped the umbilical cord around my throat as I was coming out. So hello, I tried to kill myself off before I was even born because the energies were just so, but alas, I'm here. I didn't hurt myself. I just got afraid at that last minute. So I had to go back and heal that fear that I came in with. So just another little story that maybe you guys might have some sort of fear as well, that you might want to heal, and an understanding of where your energy alignments come from as well. So, hey Java, good to see you. Yes, Janine, we're all playing infinite possibilities like children in a big playground of toys. Yes, we are. And we're creating the toys too as we go along. We can create toys too. We can figure out what we really truly want to do with this world and where we want to go. What story do you want? That's the reason it comes back full circle to the title. Choose who you want to be. We're choosing at every given moment who we let in, what we want to try. And everyone has, can you imagine all the choices that's been made by all of humanity, right? Some people are born into a very hard place, a place where they're feeling vulnerable. Maybe they get sick straight away. Their bodies aren't conducive to this world or whatever it is. They're feeling really heavy within themselves because their parents were pretty bad and all that sort of stuff. But that was all choice to begin with, even as a soul coming in and figuring out what you want to experience. And it could actually gift you, when you find a way out of that, such a huge expansion and such a huge up-leveling of one's soul and understanding of how we are creators of our reality, how much power we have within us to be able to move. So it is in choice. Even if you're in the worst situation, you still have a choice of whether you want to stay alive here or not. The ones that will leave are the ones that are really no longer wanting to be here anyway. But you could be in a car accident with 3 people, and then one person walks out unscathed, and the other people, one might pass over or something like that. Well, that's because that person had already pre-decided, it's my time to go, or I don't want to be here anymore. So the will to live is a big indication of where you want to go. Do you want the will to live? Actually allows us to live longer. So when we are happy within our own sovereign self and empowered, and we're creating the reality we want, we will live longer. Humanity will have a longer life expansion. We could live up to, that's telling me, 300 years. We could live a lot longer than this. It's just that we're not reflecting a very pretty world, because we're not seeing ourselves as powerful enough to change it. So our change within ourselves is going to we're going to learn to change everything. Everything starts to shift, because when your soul loves to be here, it will do everything in its power to merge with the cells of your body and reproduce them as healthy, because it's love that it infuses into your cells. And when love or light, and light is wisdom, light is information, that wisdom and that information that will reside in your cells expand you into different consciousnesses. It's really interesting where they're going with this. So you are expanding your life by teaching yourself to love from the inside out more, because love is source energy at its core essence. Light is the illumination of the love, lighting up a world that allows us to experience shadow and light. It allows us to experience separation outside of us, and then our program within us of where the boundaries are, so we don't put our finger through the cup, so that we can have an experience of actually feeling something. But if you go to quantum physics, your finger's never touching that. The atoms never ever. They're always got a little teeny weeny space between them. So it's more of it's so interesting where they're going, the separated world that the program has created. But at core essence of everyone is just love going on a journey, which is light, which is the wisdom, Akashic record, all knowing, everything, source energy, God itself, whatever you want to call it, prime creator. That is the core essence of who you are. So when you move into that more and more and more, you come closer to that within who you are by acknowledging yourself as that. You become wiser. You become more understanding of everything, because you see yourself from that perspective of love going on a journey. So everything else is part of that journey as well. So the wisdom can come in. This is pretty powerful stuff that they're bringing me to. This is the CYANIANS for sure. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hi, Diane. Good to see you in the chat bar as well. So yeah, there's this whole other game that we're learning to play. And it's not that we're going to just dismantle the whole separated world where we can actually, have a cup of tea and feel what it feels like for our fingers to feel it and all that sort of stuff. That's the beauty of having a separated world and being separated, that you can actually have the experience of the coming close enough to something to have friction between you and it to actually enjoy it, whether that's liquid or whatever it is that you're coming into connection with in your reality. And also they're showing me you standing still and your world moving past you. So you are someone who's standing still, and then your timing goes past you. So because you're the one that's bringing that experience to you now, instead of I've got to go fit into my world, I'll choose the lack of path because that lack of path makes me feel like that's where I'm supposed to be. Yeah, instead of that, I know thyself, and so my world comes to me. And that's why they say you become the magnet for others that are aligning with that. So if you're aligning with somebody that's showing you something that you don't like, there's probably more than likely something within you that you don't like about yourself, of that energy. And so they're just showing it up for you. And for you to choose another path is to recognize that person within yourself. This is how you kind of learn to become all as one. if you weren't in alignment, you would have already said no right at the beginning, or you wouldn't have chose that person to come into you would have turned a different path anyway. So everything, but never to get too down on yourself either, they're saying, because this is the adventure that you want to create as well, is to experience all sorts of different diverse feelings as you go along, and emotions and stuff. Like, it's part of the human experience. So if you're like come up against something that's a bit off or whatever, yeah, you choose how long you want to go down that path with that person, just to explore it. You could be just exploring it and feeling into what it feels like, even though you know it's coming from a lack, but at least it's your choice. Yeah, so you're still choosing a path, but then you need to know that you can pull yourself out of that whenever you want. You're still in power. That's the difference. Where before you would have gone along with them, and then they're making you feel worse and worse and worse. And you're like, I can't swim now. I can't get out of it. That is disempowerment. So you should always, at every given moment, be able to choose, and that gives you the expansion of trying different things, moving with different people and different dynamics that have different issues, and allowing yourself to experience it, but not be entangled in it so much that you lose yourself. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'll open the chat bar up for a couple of free readings. If you want one, just say yes so that I know. Yeah. I'll just shift my microphone so I've got a little bit more space. And don't forget that I do personal readings as well. So if you want a personal reading, go down the link below. Just for the general, one just popped out, death. So we're definitely at the end of one cycle in our existence and then moving into a completely new one. And we cannot be afraid of this. We cannot be afraid of shifting, of choosing something different, of letting go and trying something completely different. We can't be afraid of this anymore. All death is change. That's all it is, because the soul keeps residing. It is part of a bigger, source energy, whatever you want to call it. It's part of Prime Creator, God itself. So it is the creation of all, and it will always keep moving towards another creation and another creation. What do we want to experience? What's going to make you excited? But at least if you let go of that wasn't serving you enough, it will feel like a mini death, and it will feel like, I just want out now. And when you get to that point of I just want out, then it's actually freed you up to explore something completely different. Because if you want out, then why not choose a different path that you actually are, feeling good about? Yeah. Okay. Who have we got in the chat bar? Just thinking, if anyone wants to be a moderator too, just say yes, and I'll let you be a moderator if you want as well, because I wouldn't mind a few more in my chat bar. Always handy to have, so that they can, find those, help me out a little bit on the side there, if you feel up to it anyway. Who are we going to do first? Erica. What do? It's just, then you've already, Erica. Yeah. So see Cheryl, she's got a little spanner next to her. So she can actually, if someone comes onto the chat bar and they're being like a real pest or a nuisance, you can block them yourself. Also, you could, if you wanted to, just help me out saying who in alignment, who's actually next, because I'm not using my logical brain, and sometimes I miss people, and who's actually asked for a reading, something like that. But it's not much. It's just a little bit of help that you could do if you wanted to. So if you want to, Erica, just say, yes, I do. I'm just not sure what yay means. Okay. Who am I actually doing? Erica. Oh, that's probably what you're saying yay to. Okay. Erica. Okay, Erica, I was actually holding my breath through that shuffle. So I think there's something coming up where you're literally holding your breath to stand in your own power. There's the Queen of Swords. So she comes down, she knows, she speaks her truth from her heart. She knows that she always speaks from her heart, and she's now wielding the sword of truth to say, I know that this needs to be said in this moment. But I felt like when I was doing that, when I was actually shuffling the cards, I was holding my breath. So it was like kind of pulling back of, do I speak up or do I not? Do I need to say this or not? And maybe this is coming up for you this week, where there might be something that you're coming into alignment of needing to speak your truth from your heart. If that happens, if something happens in your reality where you feel you need to say something, you're not sure, always ask for your reality to gift you that moment to be able to say it. And you'll feel a pull. You'll feel like okay, now's the time. And then just trust what's coming out of your mouth and saying, you know what, what's coming out of my mouth is actually coming from my heart. So I'm going to speak up now about that, whatever that is. Learning to become the master manifest of your world and wielding your energy out there. That was pretty powerful. Wielding to become the master manifest of your world and learning to wield the energy that you want to go out there. Yeah. Anyways. Okay. You can do that, Erica? Okay, I'll just see if I can make you that now. Add as monitor. Right. Yeah, I think that's done it. Okay. What else have we got? Who else have we got here? So Sherry. We have two cards, one that flew out first and then one that covered it flew out like this. So we have the Five of Cups, which was upright. So there might be a bit of, I'm feeling a little bit sorry for yourself. That could be an energy that you might need to feel into so that you can actually let it go. What was covering it was the Four of Cups. So it might be that you're waiting for something to come in and it hasn't actually come in and you're like, when the heck's? And then so you go into the logical mind of feeling sorry for yourself for that. But they're saying that this is what's covering it. See, she's looking at these three here, but she's not seeing this gift that's coming. So when you're in that logical mind of feeling like it's never going to happen, it's never going to happen, because she won't turn around to have a look at that's this new possibility coming in. It's only when we actually sit up and become more in the moment and just trust the game. When I'm in the moment, I'm going to trust my game, and then everything's going, I'm going to see the right opportunities when they actually come to me, and I'm going to feel like moving towards the right direction because I'm no longer feeling that low about myself. So that could be coming up for you this week. I'm going to change my cards up a bit, I think. I'll do these ones. So we have, don't forget to hit the like bar. Thank you, Margaret, for saying that. Who else have we got here in the, did we do Linda? Linda? Oh, as soon as I said your name, a card just flew out. Oh my gosh, it's the same, the different pack, but same card. Four of Cups has come out for you as well. But this one, funnily enough, the other the other pack, right? The other person in the other pack. I wonder if I can find it again. Look at this. So in this pack for the Four of Cups, she's looking down at these. So I would read that as she's not seeing this. But you have on another deck, and that's probably why they asked me to take another deck. You're looking up at, you're starting to see the possibilities. There's something, you're moving away from just sitting, you know, patiently waiting and hoping and all of that sort of stuff. And there's something coming in that you're on the right path to see what's going to come in next. So you're actually on the right path at the moment with the energy alignment that you have for yourself. Now I've got to make sure I don't mix up these cards. That's cool. Okay, we have, who else do we have? Diana. Diana Spy. Message for Diana Spy, please, for this week. Gone through the whole pack. Message for Diana Spy. No, that's too many. And they're all face down, so I'm not taking them. Diana Spy. Diana. I heard the moon and the sun. The moon and the sun. The moon to me is something that's reflective of light. The sun is something that is its own source of light. So the moon needs the sun to be seen. So you might need more light within you to be seen. Okay. And we have the Four of Coins come in and the Knight of Cups. So something might be coming in for you, actually. This person's kind of hoarding his coins. He's making sure that he's got them in a safety vault. He's making sure that they're all protected, right? But then there's something fast coming in for you. But they literally want you to, instead of protecting your light, become it and trust that it's going to show you a new direction and it will move you faster through your life. Trust it. Trust it to shine. Yeah. Okay. Who else have we got? Yeah. Namaste Benevolence. Hey, Michael. Namaste. Namaskar. That's so cool that you say namaskar because that's what my team told me. But I didn't write it with the R. I wrote it without the R. It's just, mind you, I was trying to figure out what they were trying to say. Okay. Let's go into Mary. No, who else said yes? Blah, 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 blah. I'm getting a little confused here. I'll just go with who's up on the board saying yes at the moment, I think. Okay. Are there pauses and gaps in the video, everyone, or just me? Is there pauses and gaps in the video? That's not good. Maybe just you, Erica. Okay, cool. Yeah, might just be the internet. Who else have we got here? I'm not sure. There's Eliz. Eliz. Wow, why did it take me so long to see you? Eliz. Interesting too. I even said that. Eliz. You're hiding or something. You want something, but you're not sure you're worthy of it. Seems to be the go at the moment. Our self-worth is a big thing at the moment. Eliz. Is there... Thank you. We have the Page of Wands come out. Along with the Ace of Wands. Oh, so there's a new something new coming in for you. Definitely. This is, I mean, the Page of Wands is also someone it's an action card. It's something new coming in. It's an offering. But also we have the Ace of Wands, which is new beginnings, and it's all to do with action. So there might be some sort of action that you need to do next to make things move along for you. You know, maybe you've been in hermit stage for a while and you just kept safe there, and now they're saying like, move, move. Yeah, move, or the universe will move you. Move, or the universe will move you. And it's best if you take that leap from your own self-support, because then you know the lessons that you're creating for yourself is in front of you. You're understanding the energy that you moved through from with. But if something else moves you, you might not understand the whole lesson, and then you have to start just moving and then do the lesson. So I don't know if I'm making much sense to you, but at the moment it's feeling like you just need to make a move for yourself. Okay, Debbie, please, I think we're done. I'm forgetting who I've done and who I haven't. Very busy. You're very busy at the moment. I'm getting confused, right? Okay, I'm just going to center myself for a minute and come back. Okay, Janine. Janine. I'm stuck on Eliz still. Damn. Okay. Clear that. Some reason or another, I have to go back to Eliz. Okay. I'm going to have to do this. So there's something to do with you making another move. You know what? I'm not quite getting it at the moment, but there is something else that's coming up for you. Anyway, I'm just going to have to let it go, because otherwise I'll do a full-on reading for you instead. And we did move to Janine. Sorry, Janine. Okay. We have Temperance. It's a totally different energy. Like this is the thing when you're reading for a lot of people sometimes. Janine, you're more like I've found balance within myself. I'm taking a deep breath here and trusting a bit more than what I have before. There's two opposite cards that came out for you though. So this is the trust and I'm in balance card. And this is that's it. I'm picking up my wands and I'm fighting card. So you might be flipping from one to another. And it's fighting yourself that ends up. It's fighting yourself to find peace within yourself. Fighting yourself to find peace. I really should have that one covered, right? Then I'm not taking down for that card. I'll get another deck that doesn't have so much food things. And we'll do Osho because it's easy. Who else have we got? Michael, did you want a reading? If you just say yes, that would be great. I'm not sure what the birth date meant. Okay, Mary. I'm so sorry that I'm not really keeping up with the chat bar. I need Celtic here. Celtic had it all lined up for me. She's like, this person's next, this person's next. It was a lot easier, actually. Mary. I'm not sure if you did, Diane. Okay, I think they did. And we're all getting confused now. Mary. It's not just me. Okay, Mary. Okay, there's clinging to the past. So there might be something in your past that's coming up for you to actually, like if we're clinging to something in the past, it's because it keeps coming up in our head because we need to clear it. So you could have some clearing opportunities coming up, which is fantastic. You want to use these energies to clear all of that you thought was you in the past so that you can have success. So there's a new success coming up for you and understanding a different way of looking at yourself. And that's something to do with shifting something within yourself, in your mind, that's you've probably been clinging to. Sometimes we don't even know that we were clinging to that sort of program to say that that's our identity, because we have had it shrouded in so much other problems that when we peel away that problem and the problem and the problem, all of a sudden this other thing starts to appear to us that we've been clinging to from eons ago. And that is a great, for some reason I'm feeling excited about it. It's a great confrontation, but it's a really good chance for you to clear something that's actually going to bring in success this time, where the other times we're just kind of peeling away the issues to get to this core point. So you might have something coming up in your reality that's a little bit confronting, but just know that confrontation is for you to turn it around towards yourself and find your own lack, figure out in the past where that lack actually started, so that you can see it from an observational point that you're more mature now and you can see it from a different realization and shift it that way. And that's going to move you away from the same people coming in with similar issues that you had. Actually, they were reflecting who you are, because you're the main denominator in your story. Okay, I'm back. Not so confused anymore. Okay. Who else have we got? Yes, please. Rebirthful. Please. I'm wondering if that confusion is with... I'm not going to go back to it. Okay, rebirthful. The quicker that we can shift our stories within ourselves, the quicker that we can move on to what we really consistently want to create as well. You got rebirth. You got all these 3 cards came out one big clump. So you have clinging to the past as well. The Master was in reverse. I don't usually do reverses with Osho cards, but the Master is somebody's coming into alignment of oneself. So this clinging, when this past event within you shifts, you become more spiritual within yourself. You're going to shift something out of your reality that's been a program for eons, or something that you thought was you, and something that you've kind of got stuck on a little and afraid that it's going to keep coming up. This is a really good place in your life to shift this now and become the master of your own reality, realizing that if you can shift that, you can shift anything. So now you've already got the reins to be able to move forward in your life, knowing full well that you can shift anything. And that's also bringing in this friendliness card. So you're being more like, that's literally, to me, this card reminds me of the 2 hemispheres of the brain not fighting each other anymore, like coming into balance, which then reflects out in your outside world, friendliness, of people coming into your life that are more friendly. Instead of having some kind of story keeping with people that aren't that friendly coming into your reality. Okay, Justin. No, I feel on board again. Whew, nice. Justin. You had a card that's flipped up inside the actual pack. I don't know what it is yet. Possibilities. So new possibilities coming up for you, seeing from the observational point of view, looking down. The eagle has got an eagle eye and can pinpoint a mouse on this ground because he comes from an observational point. He can see all of his surroundings, like the whole. These are really old cards. When you look close, they're really tattered, but they're like my favorite. But like the whole landscape, or like a fine point that you need to move into and shift as well. So you have a lot more expansion within your reality when you come from above your problems, instead of if you were in amongst your problems, you don't see all of that. So you don't see the opportunity. So you just live your life day to day, doing the same thing over and over and over again, and never really seeing any expansion. They want you to come above all of that and see the story from a point of view of, wow, that happened because I can see it now, and now I can move away from it or move towards it more, whatever you just decide to do. Moderation, need to help if possible. She can see the blue messages better. If you want, Janine, if you want to become a moderator, you're most welcome. Did you do rebirth? Yes, just did that. So that's good. Who else is there? Justin. Did I do Justin? I don't think I did do Justin. I'm doing Justin. If I've done Justin before, I don't think I have though. Justin. Yeah. All good, all learning. We're all learning as we're going, right? New jobs, new choices. Okay, Justin. Oh, we had one that's just flipped up and it's upside down, and I know this card to be laziness. Something that you're moving, like you might be sitting in, that's just keeping you stuck a little bit. Like he's sitting in the ice and he's stuck a little bit, but he's thinking that it's a comfortable place to be, but there's actually something. If you move, you will find your comfort wasn't that comfortable to begin with. You were sitting in a lump of ice, right? You're surrounding yourself with pleasures and stuff like that, but it's not actually something to do with you moving. There's an understanding coming up for you as well. I just want to get one more card for you for some reason. I'm going to go with that intuition. Is there one more card, please? This one wanted to fall out. See, abundance. So there's something to do with a false abundance. See, this person looks like he's abundant and he's sitting on this ice looking out and he's all comfortable, but it's a false abundance because he's stuck. He's not moving. Abundance is actual flow of energy, and you no longer being afraid to move anymore towards something because you know thyself. This person in this abundance card, he knows himself so well that he knows that he can give what he needs and receive what he needs in any given moment. It's a natural flow of energy that comes and goes, and that's a true meaning of abundance. It's not from hoarding bank loads of gold or anything like that. It's from knowing that you are always going to receive what you need in the given moment, and never having that fear of trying to sit on something and not move just in case, because if you don't move, then at least you feel safe because you've been here before, but you never really move towards that abundance that you're really wishing for. Okay. I think that's about it. I'll be happy to, mate, if too late this time. I'll have a crack at giving Janine a moderator badge as well. Thank you so much, guys, for helping me out in the chat bar. That's so welcome. I really, really appreciate it, both Erica and Janine. And like it's all new, right? So we're all learning. That's how I see it. No judging here at all. Love you guys so much. Okay, so I think I'll leave it here. We've literally gone 15 minutes overboard, but that's okay too. And I will see you on Thursday. So we will do another. I'm not sure, actually. I think this Thursday we will do a May reading, because we do big questions usually on Thursday with the tarot, but I think we'll feel into May for everybody. So we'll do a May reading on Thursday. That'll be fun, right, guys? And if there's any time after that, then I'll open the chat bar up for free readings again. Don't forget, I've got those masterclasses coming up. They are so powerful. They're going to help you heaps. And I just want to expand the wisdom I know, so that we're all become channelers in our own divine right, to be able to bring in as much wisdom as we can. What is wisdom? Wisdom is light. What is light? Light is love, right? So we're bringing in more love into our cells and our body, into expanding our world. And that's what it's all about. So love you guys. Until next time. Bye.